Alright, so we're gonna do daily breakdown. So the daily and the H4 time frame with US30 is looking very clean to continue taking these possible to continue taking these shorts, right? Yesterday analysis, I explained to you guys that once price managed to break under the 38,800, which is this previous area of higher low, previous higher highs, right? Once price managed to break under, which it did, right? We do have a very nice daily bearish engulfing candle breaking under these zones over here. This is where I can tell you guys that price is now having the possibility of now having the switch of structure, right? I wouldn't really say yet the switch of structure until we get the retest of the 38,800, right? Because notice over here, notice how price from here, well, obviously we were creating these higher highs and higher lows, form a new higher high, got the higher low here. But if you guys go down into the 1 hour time frame, right, you guys can see that in the zones over here we got the retest of resistance, right? What did price use it at this point? We use it as support that pushed back into the upside, which obviously made the bullish trend still valid at this point over here. You go into the 1 hour time frame. Once we formed this higher high, right, once we formed this new highs over here, we formed this minor support that price broke under it, right? So obviously you guys already know how that works, right? Once we break under support, we most likely get the retest to continue taking the sells. Same thing for the buys. Once we break above resistance, we get the pullback, use it as support to continue taking the buys, right? So this over here happened here, this over here happened right over here. So we got to break under support, price used it as resistance, right? We failed to break above it and price perfectly retested and rejected it, right? So this is where we form the first lower high leg, right? So we have the higher high and then we have the lower high leg. I explained to you guys yesterday, if we manage to break under here, this is where we can have now the potential of switching the structure. So now that we broke under this higher low, right, what is most likely going to happen? We're going to get the pullback into the zone, which is my area of interest at 38,800, right? So now I'm waiting for the next lower high legs around the 38,800, which is literally this setup right over here. Waiting for that pullback there, retest broken structure, which is this area of previous higher low support, retest this EMA, and then if price can manage to remain itself under the zones over here, this is exactly where I'll be interested in taking the sell position, right? So it's very, very simple, just simply going along with the trend. Let me delete all of this. So it's pretty much just going along with the trend. Literally, that's how you start making trading more easy, right? Just simply go along with the trend. And that's part of my strategy. I'm actually dropping a video today explaining to you guys exactly how I trade and what exactly do I look for. So I'm gonna drop that video later on after this video. But yeah, very, very simple. Just pull back, boom, 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 and sell. Again, price has to remain itself under. Once we start breaking above it, the sells are no longer valid. The reason why is because once we break above it, what is now this? We're simply trading above it, right? We're simply trading above support, with the idea is to sell under support and then obviously buy above resistance. So once we break over here, this is valid for buys. Once we break above here, right, if we're looking for buys here and we break above it, this is valid. If we're looking for sells and we break above the the support, it's no longer valid. Price must remain itself under, right? So that's exactly what I'm looking for. We did get the first low legs right here at the 38,460, which you can say is this area of support. What you can say is this area of support over here, right? If we don't get those pullbacks into there, right, and then price starts coming back into 38,460, right, this will be most likely a high risk sell. But if it does give us, we can obviously take those sells. So if we really don't get those pullbacks in there and we start seeing the break of structure under the 38,460, we can give sells an opportunity back into these lows over here, 38.35. Or if we don't get this setup correctly and then we break under this zones over here, then we can definitely continue looking for sells. And my target for the next couple of days, right, probably by the end of the week as well, for sales will be back at the 38,050 if the bearish volume continues to hold, right? So that's gonna be for US30. Very simple. I'll give you guys obviously more breakdown as we start breaking above all of these zones, if price starts breaking above all of these zones. We're gonna go into gold. Gold has been very, very annoying. I started the week very rough with gold. I already took 3 losses with gold. Literally just continues pumping to the upside. Really on the daily, you guys obviously know we've been very bullish, right? So we have to really focus on the lower time frame at this point. So we have the daily highs at 2134, which is the high that price has made this past month, the new highs that price has made this past month, and then we have this we can say minor support. We don't really say a major support. We have a minor support at the 21.23, right? So in this setup over here, what we're simply going to be looking for is a simple breakout. So very simple. We break above the daily highs, price remain itself above it, right? Pretty much something like this, and we get those proper pullbacks. Now we can definitely continue looking for more buy setups and then obviously target the next zone. The only thing I don't like about this is that we just have wicks, right? We really don't have a perfect structure. It's just literally a wick. So if we break above it, I can possibly say that next target can be 41.48, which was the all-time highs. But that's the only thing I don't like about this. Like, you really can't target any specific zones, just pretty much the wick, because this is literally what you guys want to target, right? Like, if we're looking for buys from here, you guys want to target this highs. Break above it, you guys want to target this other highs. At this point, we're just literally targeting wicks, but this one makes it kind of risky. So obviously you guys got to understand how to manage your own proper risk and just looking for the right setup. But that's just if price breaks above the daily highs over here, right? Simple. If we break under the 21.23, which is this minor support, this is where I took the loss yesterday. This is literally the zone that I took the loss, right? Because I did not wait for the proper setup. So make sure that you guys get the perfect break candle, right? The perfect bearish candle. You get the pullbacks, and then after you get the pullback, you got to make sure that price does remain itself under, right? You got to give either another bearish confirmation like pattern or a candle, and then if price does remain under, you guys are most likely good to look for sells back into these daily lows, which is going to be the 21.10. Now, this is also where we can possibly have to switch the structure as well. Wouldn't really say from the higher time frame, but just from the lower time frame. You guys already know we are creating higher highs and higher lows, right? We have this high, lows. No, we have this low, high, lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, and then higher lows, right? Pretty much we're remaining as to the higher low. If price managed to break under this higher low, we can possibly retest it, use it as a lower high. We can sell it down to the daily lows. If price from there breaks under the daily low, this is where I can say, hey, price is now having the social structure. We broke under two higher lows, which price is now holding it as a lower high. So this is where we can definitely look for more sales. And then my full target for the next couple of days, if we start breaking under all of these zones over here, will definitely be back under the 2087, 2088, right? Which if you go into the 4-hour time frame, it's going to be this 4-hour resistance, right? This is where I'll be looking. This is where I'll keep my eyes on, right? Obviously, since we broke above resistance, we're going to keep our eyes to see if price can bounce above it, right? We can start looking for bounce plays above it, or if price literally just starts breaking under it, what happens next? Literally retest it, and literally what happened here, we're going to look for the same exact setup. Obviously, it's just looking for sells. Next target most likely will be right over here at 2056, but that is most likely long term. We're going to have to wait to see once we get break under those zones. But obviously I'll keep you guys updated as long price moves on. So that's pretty much it, guys, for this breakdown. Hope you guys understand, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.